This video here is to help you with the understanding cuts of meat portion of your pro cooking book. There's a few things on here that I want to point out and mention to you. This particular piece of meat was purchased at the grocery store, but you can also get this from your local butcher, or if you're in a restaurant, your purveyor, or who you use for meat. First thing I want to point out is over here, you're going to see that's the grade, right? USDA choice is the grade of this cut of meat. Up here, you're going to see the packaging. All right, we're going to see beef. This is a beef top round. Okay, safety instructions, and then the weight on here. So you can see 3.44 pounds, $4.49 a pound, and total price would be $15.45, which isn't a lot for all of the meat that you're getting in this package. So the top round, okay, this was cut out of the top round, which would be one of your cuts coming out of the round in your leg. So you might see this labeled as a London broil, which would be a type of cooking for this. So where you would marinate it and then cook it, and then use your marinade boiled to make a sauce out of it. Now, the marinade, what that'll do to this is to tenderize it. And then another way after it's cooked that we can help to tenderize this is if you look the way the grains are running across the meat, is if we're slicing across the grain this way, we're going to help to break that down and make this particular cut of meat a little bit more tender. So now that we've gone over what the top round or London broil is, this is how we're going to prepare it. I'm not going to use a smoker today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a smoking gun. So what we're going to do here, it's not going to cook it, but it's going to impart some smoke flavor to it. So when you look at what the smoking gun is, if you're not familiar with one, you'll see here that it has a hose on the end of it where the smoke's going to come out of it. Okay. In the top here is where we're going to put the wood chips. So right here we have hickory, and we have some apple chips. So they'll go in the top. We're going to light those, and when they start to burn, we're going to stop, and then we're going to turn the switch on, and it's going to blow the smoke. Now that we have the London broil out of the package, what we're going to do is I dried it off a little bit, and then I made a rub in here, okay? Some different herbs and spices in here. I have some coffee grinds in here. I have some chipotle in here, some garlic, salt, pepper, some cracked coriander. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of sprinkle or season the top of the London broil. Do both. Pat it down. I'm not going to do a whole bunch on here because when it's done, we're going to put a little bit more on. Okay, flip it over, and we're going to go ahead and season the other side before we put it in the bags to use our smoking gun. Alright, stay tuned. So now that we have the London broil seasoned, I put them in a bowl and wrap them in plastic wrap. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start incorporating smoke into it. So we've lit the chips, turned it on, and you can see the bowl is now smoking. Alright, I'm going to turn this off now. And we're just going to let that sit and get some of the smoke into it. I removed the hose from the bowl and sealed it up, and you can see all the smoke that's in there. That's going to give some nice flavor to those London broils. So we're going to let them sit for about 15 minutes in there. So I let the top round sit in the smoke in the bowl for about a half hour, so that should give it some good smoke flavor to it. And now what I've done is I've sealed I put some butter, some soy sauce, and a little bit of sesame oil in the bag, and I've sealed it up. I'm gonna let it sit in there, and then we'll move on to the next process of what we're gonna do.